By Emmanuel Aziken When Dr. Olusegun Obasanjo last Thursday formally endorsed the collapse of his Coalition for Nigeria movement, CNM, into the African Democratic Congress, ADC, at a press conference in Abeokuta. He used the opportunity to re-echo his perception of the clannishness of the incumbent administration. It is an issue that has bothered several, given perceptions of the lopsidedness of appointments and policies by the administration. Obasanjo in his prepared statement was, however, quick to draw reference that it was not something totally new, even if many would say it may never have sunk to this low. Late President Adua, how did we allow Nigeria to be run by K-34 without a murmur? Of course, that was followed by the running of Nigeria by Ajah Nation with 4 women, and now by kith and kin, and we are still jubilant in the face of atrocities, insecurity, disasters, and degradation politically, economically and socially. The K-34 referred to the cabal that metamorphosed around the Umar Yar'Adua presidency, especially after he fell ill. Following that was the cohabitation of President Goodluck Jonathan with the 4 women and the Ajah Nation. The lesson from President Obasanjo's homily was that a president should take charge, for in the end, it is his name that would stand in the eyes of history. How many people remember Senator and EUBA Governor Adamu Abdullah? He is some of the major figures behind the Obasanjo administration. In the end, history will record the Obasanjo presidency, Yar'Adua presidency, Jonathan presidency, or the Buhari presidency. Is it not an irony that some few Nigerians have played the same roles in successive administrations and to boot, serially disparaged the past administrations they advised? Imagine when a former governor turned senator who was a key facilitator of the third-term agenda recently caused outrage when he condemned the same third term. As governor, he even sauntered into the Senate gallery to ensure that his state senators spoke in support of third term. So presidents who are able to look beyond their shadows in the enunciation of policies and appointments should be commended. It was as such revealing when it came to light that Senator Abeokuta in 2009 quietly nominated President Yar'Adua for the Nobel Peace Prize. The nomination was hinged on the peace offensive launched by his government in the Niger Delta, which evolved into the amnesty program, creation of the Ministry of Niger Delta, among other plans that led to peace in that region. Though the president took sick even before the nomination was acknowledged by the Norwegian Nobel Committee, it is significant that the initiative was made. Despite the pretenses of the K-34 from his native Katsina state, it is telling that President Yar'Adua was able to look out for help from those who could help him, even if many were at that time scornful of his choices. It was as such a great leap of faith for Yar'Adua when he chose as his ADC, an officer from Delta State. Similarly, his chief of staff designated as principal secretary was also from Delta State. The tie to Delta State was undoubtedly because of the influence of one of his major presidential campaign backers, Chief James Aburi. So, one could pity the lot of Alhaji Kawu Barahe and his NPDP stakeholders last Wednesday as he lamented the marginalization of the NPDP despite their significant contribution to the enthronement of the present administration. For Abeokuta, it was also a great leap of faith for him to have gone the extent of recognizing the efforts made by President Yar'Adua in building a united country where tribe and tongue was not of primary consideration in the enunciation of policies and programs. If succeeding administrations had built on the positive imprints of the late Yar'Adua, it's doubtful if Nigeria would have been in the sorry state it has now found itself in. That is significant given the present ethnic and religious cleavages that President Obasanjo spoke of last Thursday. In the present circumstances, Obasanjo said it has gotten to a cabal formed around kith and kin. How we got to that point and nearly everyone cheering and not disturbed was something that really astounded the former president. It is indeed a troubling matter.